Micra is gone. We have already bought the new car. Now I got this car for an absolute steal. And if you want to know how much I paid for this car, stick around towards the end of the video where I'll tell you. But there is a major problem with this car, and it's a gearbox issue. Now remember when I said there was a gearbox issue? The lady that had it before me says between first and second was hard to get into sometimes, and it sometimes went into third. So in my head, it could be three things. It could be gear linkage cables, the teeth on gear 1 and 2 in the gearbox, or it could be the selector from the gear stick. Now, she has said that they changed the gear stick selector. So apparently this is the one that come off the car. So going that way would have been hard. However, you can see there's a cable tie on here. So there's obviously something not right. The one that is on the car, if we lift this out of the way, when it's in the car, if I go to go first, you see it lifting up, and you can see this black collar here pushing out. So that's not sitting in. So this collar and this collar are broken. That one is also broken. But if you go that way, there's nice resistance and it stays in place. So for third, fourth, fifth and reverse, it's doing what it's meant to do. First and second, no. So the lady said that they did have that changed. However, I don't know what would have been wrong with this one, because this is working as it should. I've already took it to my mate who has a garage just to have a little look around it to see what it needs for an MOT, because it doesn't have an MOT. It needs a front drop link on the dive bar. There's a lot of play in that. One of the brake pipes on the back are corroded, so we're gonna replace that. And a brake pipe on the front offside, well, driver's side front, needs cleaned back and repainted. And then this should be good to have a fresh MOT on it. I believe there's good profit to be made out of this car because everything is running perfectly minus the gearbox issue. If this doesn't work, the next plan of action would be gear linkage cables. That would be the most cheapest way rather than stripping the gearbox and seeing what that's about, because I don't really want to do that. I'm not too glued up with building gear. I've never built a gearbox, so eventually I want to do that. Just teach myself, self-teach. Without further ado, let's get this changed and put onto there. Look how much play. That's just moving it a tiny bit. That's the issue. Look at that. That's ridiculous. If we get the new one, if I pull that up and that does that, then we've got problems. No, solid, perfect. You down the side. You down the middle. Just gotta be finicky with it again. Use the free hands I ain't got. I think I could have found a potential issue if this was the one that was in there. So underneath here, you have these, and they sit underneath, which sit through the seal that is underneath these washers. And I've just looked, and there was this one extra on that front left side one. So obviously that would make the level not be level, it'd be more up like that, which could help it, well, struggle getting into second and first and second, potentially. I don't know, I might be chatting on my arse. I need to do research. However, I'm going to put these cables back on, we're going to try it, fingers crossed, we're good. If you look here, no more movement, and that's what you want. So now it's making that noise. We're not 100% sure if it's the thrust bearing or the bearings on the internals of the gearbox. So a new gearbox is about 200 to 300 pound. Thrust bearings about 60 quid. I can buy a bearing kit for the gearbox for about 80 to 90 pound. So best thing to do is get this gearbox out, have a look at that thrust bearing, and then go from there. So let's go. What we're doing is taking wishbone ball joint out, and that way we should be able to hit that in, which is already free, that's good, and we should be able to pull it out of the way to pull the drive shaft out. That's the plan. If you don't have a ball joint splitter, best thing to do, get your hammer, whack it on the side of the wishbone a few times, and you should see it pop free. If not, leave a bar after a few good hits, it'll work. Just like that. Now I've got the movement. Ow. Right, we've got that cleared. I'm not pulling it out yet because I'm not draining the oil yet. That is the other side now taken off. This has plate in it. So I've got a new one in the car, we'll go replace that.
Just drop the gearbox on the floor.
Fucking drop it.
Well no, I'm not gonna fucking drop it, am I, you dick? Oh. I can't see where I'm fucking putting my feet, you oh, no. Why is there oil everywhere? Near the thrust bearing. Split the box.
Okay, so now we know the thrust bearing on this is knackered and the internals are knackered. I'm gonna go ahead, order some from Suzuki, order a whole bearing kit, whatnot, sleeves, everything. And I've never done this before, but we're gonna try and strip a gearbox and rebuild it and get this working. I could buy a second-hand one between £200 and £300, but I wanna try and learn to do this sort of stuff. And if I break it, I break it.
You can do it!
Let me know down in the comments if yous have ever tried anything that yous are worried about doing or could be an expensive fix or anything like that, because I'm all about challenging myself and I believe everyone should be challenging themselves. You're never too old to learn anything. So I'm going to get this gearbox in, going to strip it, give it a go. Let's get into it.
Bitch.
Taking a photo of everything that I'm doing, just in case I need to go back to it. There should be a bearing in there. Need to get this out of here. That's the old bearing.
I heard that. Let's do it!
Great success. Much later.
We now have the new parts. I did get 4 parts that I needed. Well, I thought I needed, but then when I stripped it, it turns out I didn't need them. But Suzuki and Corby have been a pain in the arse. I don't want to slag people or whatever, yeah, but he said guaranteed to have them there Saturday, so I paid well over the odds that I needed so I could get them there. Obviously, it being Easter and stuff. I went there, he wasn't in, the parts went in. I went in today to get them. And then I was asking them, because there's different, like, well, a couple different markings on them, and they just didn't have a clue. And it was just irritating me, and they just weren't helpful. I asked if I could return the other 2 bits that I don't need. Oh no, sorry, we can't do that. Why? Do you know what I mean? I ain't even touched them. Why can't you just refund me for them bits? I don't need them. But yeah, pain in the arse. Enough said on that anyway. So we've got the new bits. I've got new little crown nut. Obviously I got to whack that in when I put the shafts and everything back in. Got a new bearing, the one that let itself go. I was going to change the other main bearing. I can't tell you what bearing that is because I don't know, but I had this and I had this sleeve. I ordered them because I thought this one would have went, but this one's perfectly fine. And then obviously to get that off, I need to take that sleeve off, but I don't need to. So we're just going to change the bits that need changed because the rest of it is pucker. I've checked everything. Everything looks good. So it's just a matter if we can put this back together. If I can, and I really hope I can, because I've wanted to do this sort of thing for ages and I've never had the opportunity, and I've just thought I'm just going to send it, I'm just going to do it.
I just woke up from a little nap. It's a little dark, but you guys silly? I'm still going to send it.
So let's just get back to building this thing because I want to get it back in the car and see if it works. So because I don't have a bearing press or anything like that, I'm going to try and get this as straight as I can. And then try and tap it in with a socket. But I really hope I don't knacker this. Beautiful. Right. That was a bit awkward, but we got there. Ball bearing spring nut. How many people out there watching think I'm gonna break it? Write in the comments now. Put your comment and then put your time, and then we'll see how many people had faith in me compared to not. That's reverse. First, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth. Right, that's that. And I believe that is it done, I hope. So we're all complete now. The camera did cut out, but all I had to do is just stick that back on. It is complete, we're getting gears, everything. Everything seems to be working, fingers crossed. I'll get it in the car in the morning, well tomorrow. If this works, I'm gonna be so happy. This is something I've wanted to do for so long, and if I've accomplished it, then that's incredible for me, like a personal achievement. So let's go. I cannot believe that this gearbox is actually working. That's absolutely incredible. It's such a massive achievement for me to be able to do that. So I'm so happy that that has happened. Now that has happened, it's time to send it in for an MOT. So let's see if it passes. Let's go. It passed with flying colours. So happy with how this has gone. Whether I break even on this car or not, I don't even care, because the achievements that have come from this is absolutely incredible. You can't buy these achievements. It is now time to list this car up for sale. Let's do a breakdown of everything that we've spent so far on this build. So buying the car was £350. The drop link was £13. All the gearbox bits, including the oil, was £140. The MOT cost me £55. The wheel trims was £22, which brings our grand total £580. That is all for today's episode, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you've enjoyed it. Wait until next video to see if we made a profit, if we broke even, or if we took a loss. See you next time.